I was at the farmer's market and saw this really cute head of cabbage, so I decided to buy it. But when I think of cabbage, I think of fish tacos. And I grew an appreciation for fish tacos ever since moving to California. I'm originally an East Coast girl, so they weren't really part of my life back then, but they are now. And instead of making fish tacos, I decided why not make some fish tostadas, because they look a little bit fancier and just a little twist on the classic. So try out my spicy fish tostadas. In a large bowl, add 1 tablespoon of chili powder, a half teaspoon of kosher salt, and a half teaspoon of garlic powder, not garlic salt. Squeeze in the juice of half a lime. Don't worry, you'll use the other half of the lime later. Balance out the lime with a teaspoon of agave nectar. I feel like nowadays agave is pretty commonplace because it's kind of known for being healthier than sugar. If you don't have it, just use sugar. Next, add 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Yes, in this case, don't use olive oil because it doesn't have a good smoke point. Whisk everything together and add in 4 tilapia fillets or any white fish of your choice, such as mahi-mahi. With this amount of fish, you'll make about 4 tostadas, more or less, depending on how much fish you want to put on each one. Then you marinate for 20 minutes. Any longer than that and the fish might just break apart from the acid. Now, grab a small head of cabbage and slice it in half. You only need half the cabbage, or if you're not a cabbage fan, just use a quarter of it. Slice the half into quarters and then remove the core with your knife. Thinly slice your cabbage. And place it in the colander. Sprinkle about a quarter teaspoon or less of kosher salt. Give it a slight massage and let it sit for about 20 minutes. When your fish is done marinating, that's when you know to check on your cabbage. In the meantime, assemble your easy white sauce. Traditionally, you can buy this white sauce already pre-made at Mexican markets, but there's other recipes that call for sour cream and mayonnaise. To lighten it up a bit, I decided to use 5 tablespoons of plain Greek yogurt with only 1 tablespoon of mayo. Add in the juice from that other half of your lime, and mix in about a tablespoon of chopped cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, try using chopped mint because it'll be really refreshing. Give it a stir and set aside. After your 20 minutes are up, quickly check on your cabbage by tasting it. You'll be surprised what a little salt can do. By now, the cabbage will be a little softer and even sweeter. But if it's too salty for your liking, give it a little rinse. Right in the colander and it's ready to go. Now move on to your fish. In a large pan over medium-high heat, add a little more oil and saute your fish for about 2 to 3 minutes or until the sides of the fish start to turn opaque and the bottom is brown. Depending on the size and thickness of each fillet, they might all cook at different times, so check each one individually. When they're ready, give them a flip and cook for another 2 minutes or so, or until the fish starts to flake easily. It's okay if at this point the fish starts to fall apart on you because it's supposed to. Remove them to a plate and then flake them with a fork. Tostadas are basically fried corn tortillas. Some Mexican stores have them freshly made on premise. Of course, you can always just fry your own, but I just bought the ones that come prepackaged because you can find them in most grocery stores. Place them on a plate and add your fish. Top with a nice mound of cabbage and dollop with the white sauce. Squirt on any kind of hot sauce you want, but I find that they're really awesome with sriracha sauce. Top with some more chopped cilantro, and at this point it's ready to eat. But you can also add any extra toppings you want, such as slices of avocado. I also would have used tomatoes, but they're out of season right now. Now, typically tostadas are meant to be eaten like a sandwich, by picking up the whole thing and just kind of like biting into it, but I find it to be too messy. So this is the way I like to eat it. Squirt some more lime on it and use your fork to break it apart. Then pick up a piece of the tostada, as well as some toppings, and enjoy as fancy nachos. They're definitely a humble treat, but cute and delicious enough to feed your guests as a light lunch or dinner. I find that they have a great balance of perfect balance of just the spice and the sweet, tart, and creaminess. They're really delicious, so you have to give it a try. For this exact recipe, as well as other ideas, visit chefjulieyoon.com. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.